Hi, pipe smokers. This is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel. Paulgilson. Yeah, Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy. Live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. Yeah, and happy Friday, everyone. The current time is 6 o'clock, right on the nose. Eastern Standard Time here in upstate New York. And it is currently 60 degrees outside, dark, and rainy. So, yeah, I figured we'd have a little chat, a little Friday night smoke and a chat. Yeah, I'm having a bad hair day. I've had a welding helmet on all day. So, yeah, we're going to cover that up with my new the hat here. It says, "We the people are pissed off." And I got bags under my eyes from working all week, and my eyes are all red, from grinding metal and welding and all that stuff. I don't know, who cares? What we're going to be smoking is we're going to be smoking this beautiful, oh my gosh, look at that pipe. That's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful briar. This is actually a Peterson tankard pipe. It does not have a bowl number on it, and it has a P lip on it. And look at that briar. Love the flat bottom, the little silver ring around here, nickel plated ring. And actually, who turned me on to this? And you should check his channel out. I don't know if he still subs me anymore or not, but he started out as the Persimmonous Piper, and now he calls himself the Progressive Piper. Yeah, look up the Progressive Piper. He's out of Australia. Great guy. And he started with cigarettes, and then got off of that with an actual e-pipe, electronic pipe. Now he smokes a regular pipe, and his wife threatened to cut his cayunes off if he ever goes back to cigarettes. So he smokes a regular pipe, and he was actually bought one of these, I don't know, a couple of years ago. And of course, when you see a pipe you love like that with such gorgeous briar, Peterson does a great job. I had to have it, and well, you know how it goes. So yeah, check him out. The Progressive Piper. Yeah. So cheers and happy Friday, everyone. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there, all around the world. Hmm. Yeah, let's start something on fire. So it's November 11th, 2022. And I know that because I just paid my Verizon cell phone bill. Plus, my Pipes and Cigars calendar tells me it's November 11th. Yeah. So, in this pipe, we have a blend that I made. It's RPG number 7, Captain Blood's Revenge. It's a Latakia Rich. If you love Latakia, you would love RPG number 7, Captain Blood's Revenge. And this has been stewing in here. I made a big, fairly fair, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I made this back in February of 2021, so it's been in there for about 9 months. Yeah. And I will tell you this, it's 75% Latakia, along with some other blends, and it's good. Let's set it on fire. Mm. Mm. Oh, that's so good. Mm. I actually took some RPG number 7 and pressed it into a crumble cake. But it was more like plug because I put it under 1,500 pounds of pressure for like 2 weeks and kept tightening my little press down. I do want to go. Who wants to see that press? You can make it for real cheap and make your own plug or own crumble cake, whatever, you know. Oh, yeah. It's at the perfect moisture content, too. Hmm. Oh, this is so good. Latakia, actually, and this is Cyprian Latakia with two or three other blends that I have to look at my recipe stuff. Actually, really relaxes you. Now, I am going to try making another blend, RPG number 7, but with rum. So it would be called maybe RPG number 7, Drunk Captain Blood. I don't know. There's a story behind the name. I won't get into it. Oh, it's so nice to be home after a long week. Just sitting here at my kitchen table, looking out the window. It's totally black out there, except I do have landscape lights that light up this beautiful Russian olive tree. It's probably 30 foot high, and it lights it right up. Still have leaves on it. Oh, this tastes so good. I feel so relaxed right now. We're going to pause the video for a second. I'll be back in a nanosecond with the news, and you'll find the news. What Colorado just passed? Colorado in the United States of America. Talk about Rocky Mountain High. We'll be right back with that. I'll be back in a nanosecond. Yeah, so Paul the Pipe Guy's back. And so in the news, I told you it was only going to be a nanosecond. It was about 5 minutes for me. So in the news, yeah, I'm wearing the United States Marine Corps hat. I wasn't privileged to have served in the Marine Corps. I did go to enlist when I was 27. And at the time, I had 2 children, and they wouldn't take me because they said I had too many dependents. Had I known differently, and this was when the first Gulf War was, I wanted to serve my country. Had I known what I know now, I could have gone to the Marine Corps Reserves, gone through Parris Island to boot camp, and then switched over to regular full-time Marines and could have served, but that just wasn't in the cards for me. I was 27. It was my 27th birthday, Pearl Harbor Day. Yeah, who knows when Pearl Harbor Day is. Anyways, so my son was in the Marine Corps and did so well at boot camp and at Parris Island that a high-ranking Marine Corps officer actually saw his performance reviews and awarded him with this hat, and he came home and honored me with it and gave it to me. He said that if it wasn't for me, we won't go there. Anyway, so yesterday was the Marine Corps' birthday. Yeah, November 10th. And I believe they celebrated 247 years. So to all you Marines out there, Semper Fidelis, hoorah. Yeah, So I'm wearing this in honor of the Marine Corps' what I believe to be the 247th birthday, belated birthday yesterday, November 10th. My I remember after he went through basic and he went through AT, which is advanced training. The village that we lived in, they had this hometown heroes, and maybe you've heard of that. I don't know if they do that in other countries, but they basically have banners with a picture of the service person on a banner right in the village, and they put his picture on the banner, hometown heroes, with his name, a bunch with a bunch of other young men and women that were serving. And his mother said, you got to go see it." So I took a few of my kids, they were smaller at the time, and pulled up to it. Got out of the car and walked up to the pole it was attached to, and I saluted him, and I had tears of coming down my face. I was so proud of him. And my kids asked, they said, "Daddy, why are you crying?" And I said, "Well, that's your brother up there. I'm proud of him, and someday you'll understand. You may have tears of joy for your children too." Anyways, on the lighter side, oh, I gotta show you something. I'll be right back in a nanosecond. Alrighty, so we're back. So we're continuing the news and our little smoke together here. Oh, this RPG number 7, Captain Blood's Revenge, is so good. I had to put my glasses back on because there's something I want to show you. So in Colorado and many of the states, they've legalized marijuana. I don't smoke marijuana. I may or may not have tried it once or twice in the past, and may or may not have cared for it. Yeah, I'm drug free. Mm-hmm. So I got to put the pipe down to show you this. So I think it was on my 45th birthday. My beautiful mother, she's 76 years old right now, still in great health, lives out west. All right, that's my beautiful mother in 1962. My mother used to win beauty contests. She's still beautiful. She's 76 years old, in great health, on no medications, lives in her own beautiful home out west. Just a wonderful, wonderful lady. And she's my best friend. And when I turned 45, she sent this, she put together a scrapbook. I won't bore you with it, but it says family, and it's got some, stuff from Paul the Pipe Guy when I first, in nursery school, when I first learned how to write my name and made this thing. I'm not going to bore you with that. And when I got it, I cried. So, leading into the news, here's a picture of Paul the Pipe Guy at 19 years old in my first car. Look at the tie bar. I always loved it. My mom taught me how to press my white cotton shirts. They were 100% cotton back then. Paul the Pipe Guy was 19 years old then. This was circa 1984. Yeah, probably 1984. Yeah, so where I'm getting with fresh faced. Look at the tie bar. I actually still have that tie, believe it or not. So, getting back to the news, Colorado just passed legislation that for magic mushrooms, people can now freely take magic mushrooms. What's a magic mushroom? It's like LSD. Basically, it does the same thing pretty much. And I'm not a drug expert, but it's peyote. I mean, the Indians did it. The American Indians did it in some of their ceremonies and stuff. They didn't abuse it, but it's a psychedelic drug. It comes from a mushroom, and what they did is they actually took this mushroom and they made this other drug. They extracted the active ingredient out of it and made I forget what it's called. It doesn't matter. It's a little pill, but it's a concentrated version of that, and it's called mescaline. Yeah, mescaline. Google it, mescaline. So Colorado has now made mescaline legal. Peyote mushrooms, aka magic mushrooms, and they're very, very strong psychedelics. And then they came out with these laws included in this bill. You can't drive, you can't go to schools or public places and do them. It's like, I'd be afraid to do that stuff. I actually did mescaline once by accident. Yeah, I was 19 years old. 19 years old, fresh faced, and the owner of the car dealership where I was selling cars at, I'd been there only a few months and I was doing well. He's like, Paul, you should have a secretary. He says, and my daughter needs a job. And she was cute as a button, a gorgeous little 18-year-old blonde. He's like, she'll work for you for an hour or two a day and, make your phone calls for you. And, you just pay her cash every week. And I was like, oh, okay, sir, if you think I should do that, how much should I pay her? And so we struck upon an agreement. And, in 1984, I made $31,000 selling cars. That was a lot of money back then. And I was honest. So I hired his daughter to come in and be my secretary. And I was married to my first wife at the time. And this girl was so attractive. She was just beautiful, just natural beauty, little petite blonde. What I didn't know, was she was into a lot of things. And you would never know it by looking at her. So one day, I never get headaches. I came in and I had a headache. I mean, a throbbing headache. So my secretary, the owner of the dealership that I worked for, it was a Ford dealership, by the way, for you Ford fans, was like, man, I got a horrible headache. And she's like, oh, take 2 of these. It'll take your headache away. I was like, what are those? Don't worry about it. It'll make your headache go away. They looked like little Zippo lighter flints, but they were purple. And they were 2 hits of mescaline. So I just downed them, and I figured I could. It's the owner's daughter. I didn't know anything about her really, and figured okay. So I downed them, and then I told her, I says, "Look, I got to go drive about 25 miles and get some paperwork signed by a customer. And she's like, no, I wouldn't drive anywhere if I was you. I says, why? She says, well, you just took something to get rid of your headache. I says, I'll be fine. Well, about halfway there, the mescaline kicked in. All of a sudden, Paul the Pipe Guy, this fresh-faced young man that didn't know I just dropped 2 hits of mescaline because I was so innocent and didn't know and didn't think this girl would give me anything like that. I show up at the customer's house. Hey, how's it going? Oh, are these your kids? They got beautiful. I was like happy and over exuberant as could be. And, you know, they were like, wow, you're really happy. I was like, yeah, man, it's great. You know, it's a beautiful day outside, and their house was on the lake. I says, I just need you to sign right here a couple times, you know, blah, 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 and I'll be out of my way. So I got that signed. I drove back. I'm like, wow. She's like, you made it back? I was like, yeah. I says, I feel great. My headache is gone. I feel unbelievable. I says, what was that stuff you gave me? I got so much energy. I feel happy. I don't have a headache. I felt like a great sense of joy. And she's like, I gave you 2 hits of mescaline. I was like, what is that? She's like, it's like LSD. I says, what? Holy shit. I was flying half the rest of the day. Thank God I didn't get halfway there and all of a sudden start seeing colors in the road fucking breathing or something, you know. I was not impressed, and I never tried it again. So Colorado just made that legal. Yeah. Do you think people drink and drive? Do you think they're not going to take peyote and be like, wow, man, this is freaking great. Rocky Mountain High. Yeah, John Denver. I don't think so. They're going to have a tough time policing that. Anyways, I'll be right back in a nanosecond. Alrighty, pipe smokers. So we're back. Yeah, and my pipe is about burned out. All right. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed our Friday night smoke together. Yeah. Couple of shout outs. Check out Welsh Piper 62. Yeah. He's out of the UK. Great man. Mark is an awesome man. Check out Brad the Bearded Piper. Brad the Bearded Piper is not too far away from me. He's maybe 3 hours drive away out of Pennsylvania. Brad the Bearded Piper knows a lot. Just a wonderful man. Him and his wife are wonderful people. Check out Brad the Bearded Piper. Yeah. And Adam Park, where have you been? I haven't heard from Adam Park much lately, you know. Adam, are you still tuned in? Yeah. So anyways, who wants to hear Friday Night Blues? But first, before Friday Night Blues, who wants to see part 2 of my K. Woody collection? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I'm smoking a cigarette right now. Anyways, if you like my videos, you know, hit the subscribe button. We're up to 623 subscribers. Hit the reminder button. And keep in mind, I do pipe videos, tobacco videos, and I love my music videos. So, you know, if you don't care for my music videos, don't unsubscribe from me. Just, you know, you don't have to watch it. So I've got some wonderful subscribers from all over the world that enjoy my YouTube channel for my music and I have wonderful subscribers from all over the world that enjoy the YouTube channel for what I try to offer as far as my knowledge is for, pipes, tobacco, and an occasional cigar, and those are a couple of music and pipes and tobacco are the kind of there are two passions in my life other than my children and grandchildren and so forth, that I really have a lot of passion for. So bear with my channel. If you're a subscriber and you don't like pipes and tobacco, then don't watch it. If you like my music, watch it. If you don't like my music, don't watch it. And if you like my pipes and tobacco stuff, watch that. I guess that's where I stand. I was going to try to separate it, but I made a decision not to. It just is what it is. The one channel is just me, Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. I am so thankful I live in this free country. I know we just had midterm elections. There's a lot of people that are not happy about that, but I was thinking about it, and you always have to look at the positive side. There was a lot of close races and so forth, and this and that, and I'm looking at all the numbers. Guess what? The left and the right, because now it's so balanced, they're going to be forced to work together. They work for us, we the people. Yeah. And we the people are pissed off because a lot of us don't like, a lot of us remember the 60s and 70s. Some of you guys and gals might remember the 40s and 50s, great times. So our government is going to be forced to work together. There's like a great balance of power, and I was thinking about that because, I'm a registered Republican, okay? But I just want what's good for my country. That's all. I want what's good for we the people. I just want good things. And a lot of my friends have become so diversified. Not diversified, but there's diversity between some of my friends over politics. And I think we need to all maybe look beyond that, and just love one another. And yeah. So the left is going to have to work with the right in our government to make this country run. I think that's great. Yeah, anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Again, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless our military. God bless our country. God bless the people that live in this country, this great nation. We are so fortunate to live in a free nation. We're not war-torn. Yeah, there's a lot of fighting and dissension and stuff, but eventually that's going to pass, and they're going to have to realize they got to work together. Everyone needs to love one another, and everyone has different views. Yeah. Just do the right thing. Anyways, again, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. On my YouTube channel, Paul Gilson. Hit the subscribe button if you like me. Share me with your friends. I love shout outs. Yeah. Over and out. And God bless you all. Happy Friday.